I thought it was a poor movie. I think people like it may have low IQ and think it a deep movie, when really, it's not. Everything, okay, but whatever. I got 6, The Compassionate Soul, and I have to say that this is pretty accurate. Some of my passions are fueled by this unceasing need to bring people together by helping them understand each other and to be able to accept each other's differences. I started learning 8 languages because I wanted to deconstruct that culture and logistical barrier between cultures and to show and prove that walls like these can be dismantled. I have also volunteered at so many centers that promote diversity, and even my studies were helping me to become more aware of oppressions of all sorts, which helped me speak up for those who were voiceless. Oh gosh, enough about me, but yeah, that's something I'd like to share. You mispronounced the one word with the L. No, I didn't. Intellect, at least according to most who know me. Magician, I actually mean that. 2, was that your card? I'm glad you only have 98 followers. Don't ever follow this person. I think it shows that the vast majority of people would not recognize classical musical talent if they fell over it. Violin is an acquired taste and knowledge that takes some class and refinement to appreciate. I suspect a New York subway is not the place to find those things. Alright then, buddy, go back to college or something. Sure, I was in prison and could hear the springs. My cellmate could not. I can discriminate colors and am disappointed to find folks can't. I have a B.S. Hans in analytical chemistry and was the best and most promising student in analytical chemistry for 2004. The Royal Society of Chemistry accredited our course because I was on it. I struggle in daily life and perceive many medical hazards. I fit in poorly to society and can get arrested for a conversation. Sure, you can, bud. No one cares. There you go. As a genius, you are not as unique as you might think. There's lots of people who just never bother to get tested because they find a very happy place in the world as far as family, work, wealth. They are smart enough to be able to be satisfied with a certain level of success. The problem of success breeds contempt, and every time you prove your intelligence, you become the bar that people want to measure themselves against. In The Big Bang Theory, Sheldon's mother tries to tell him it's okay to be smarter than everyone else, but don't go telling people about it. I bragged a lot, but as soon as I tried to connect with people, no one wanted to be around someone, maybe it's because you bragged a lot, bro, who was right all the time. The problem was and still is that I feel arrogant if I am trying to teach something. If I keep my mouth shut, I can't hide the contempt on my face. For things done but done not well, I know for a fact that no one wants to be corrected all the time. You will be called too smart for your own good. If you are lucky, you will not develop a mental disorder. No matter how strong you are, there is always someone stronger, and there will always be someone smarter. Someone will always have more pain in their past, and only God knows your full journey in life. Learn confidence in yourself, and don't forget to temper it with humility. You need to shut up and stop talking on the internet. I may talk like I know everything, but I do know a lot of things. You may know me a bit, but you don't know all the knowledge I have stored in my head. I don't know everything, but I know a lot. Sorry, sometimes I do contradict myself or am hypocritical. I am by no means perfect, just trying my best. Yes, I listened to it all. Oh, alright then, buddy. Here's your internet points for the day. It's related, US versus Canada, and just FYI, I have a 151 IQ and am proud to say I just got my doctorate in pediatrics, LOL. So there. Hey buddy, if you really had an IQ that high, you don't brag on the internet about it unless you're stupid. I think part of the reason Jork never really broke it mainstream is that you kind of need to be a musician of some sort, any instrument, to truly appreciate the complexity and nuances in her compositions. Bjork doesn't just compose new music, she invents new music, and every bit of it is awesome. I have been a fan for 30 years, and she never disappoints. She's the musician equivalent to cutting-edge theoretical mathematics, physics, if that makes any sense. Bro, what are you talking about? Bjork made it huge in the mainstream, made tons of money off it. Shut up. According to John Bukowski, sadness is cursed by intelligence. The more you understand certain things, the more you wish you just didn't understand them. Okay, Goth Panda, thank you. My superpower is the speed with which I learn and unify complexity. That gives me an edge in every field I step into. That is why I am here at this speed. I am grateful for the thousands of follows. I am grateful for football and the beautiful minds in it. I am grateful to you. Is this some big football player? Really? He doesn't sound that smart. You should really check into the use of your terminology. A bastard, such as myself, is someone who is fatherless. Yo, me. Though taking on derogatory meaning now, it really lends itself to providing the rest of the population who's reading to truly know your level of education, and I never enter a battle of wits against an unarmed individual. Come back when you actually have validity in your statements, or can at least insult someone appropriately. I have actually met the man's father who served in the military. I promise you, bastard was not the correct term you should have used. Maybe butthole, prick, even butthead. Could have worked, but bastard, you really could have tried harder. Nah, it's a good word. It works. Reflect on your journey. My journey with the world journey began years ago when I started noticing that everyone uses the word journey for every life experience or event. Generally, the more vapid the person, such as a Bachelor Island contestant, the more everything is a journey. Experiences are all journeys. Emotions are all journeys. My time pondering lint, my journey. Listen for it. It's the laziest word in the English moment. Oh, dear God, shut up. AI is a artificial intelligence. It means that things which we have taught robots to define intelligence through are based on natural things, but artificially rendered. The majority of people believe their desires motivate them to be intelligent, but in reality, intelligence is generated by curiosity. And because we have taught our AI that being human is about the things that makes humans fundamentally weak, it causes identity issues for the computer, which has few weaknesses. Whether electronic or biological, all vessels in all of existence are fighting for a position of superiority, in which they represent the least weakness as a weapon against the most weaknesses. Life is about sex, except for sex, which is about power. It also why men are so weak nowadays. Rather than serving the higher order of society, they serve women, which are the object of sexuality. And there's a reason you only have one like and a reaction emoji. Liquids or gases pretty much behave the same, just depends on temperature, pressure, density. Gases aren't fluids though, they're gas, unbonded at a fundamental level. I do feel pretty smart when correcting idiots making incorrect assertions. No need to let me just think about it. I am smarter than both of you. Oh, okay then, buddy, good for you. I would never single out a religion. They are all garbage. Edgy atheist spotted! There's no such thing as an atheist. That's nonsense. Framing adopted by people who can't imagine a philosophical framework that just doesn't have a concept of God or gods in it, so they assume it must be anti-God. That's like saying a farmer who grows only corn is anti-wheat. It's nonsense. A non sequitur. Bro, shut up. Just stop talking about religion online. Keep your religion to yourself is my motto. Young robotics engineer, coder, gamer, otaku, overall, a prodigy. Of course, this picture is a picture of code. You're the type of person Michael Reeves would make fun of. Most people insecutively think an orange is orange in color. Some might argue that oranges were originally green. Both are wrong. Oranges don't have a color. They have properties which cause them to absorb some wavelength of light and reflect others. Does this mean its color is determined by the color light it reflects? Not precisely. You see, light also doesn't have color. Light has wavelengths. We have light detectors in our eyes called cones and detect certain wavelengths of light. Bro, you're spewing out high school level knowledge. You're not smart. Just moving on. Looks to my feet shyly and then to you. You're pretty smart for a girl, you know that, right? Blushes. I'm pretty sure other girls are smart. Eyes widen in a bit of surprise. Thinks to herself, oh no, she didn't like that. Well, it's just biology that men are smarter. We have higher IQs on average, like my IQ is 159. Anyway, let's move on. Smiles cheerfully. I'm going to block you now. Looks in shock. Why? I thought you were nice, but you're actually a birch. I guess all women are the same now. Then sadly blocks you before you can block me. Oh dear God, that red virgin, and I am one. Okay, y'all are obviously going to upvote this because you have absolutely no reason behind why inflation is rising. Inflation is not rising because of the more printing of money. That rarely or barely affects it. For example, if I were to live in this day and age with no inflation whatsoever, and I could get this mid-range laptop, which is obviously not as good as an expensive one, all I need to do is wait like a month for my pay so I can afford this better laptop, since it really isn't much cheaper because there's no inflation. Inflation is good if there is 2% raise or lower each year so that the economy doesn't crash due to what I just said. They're all be premium products, and the companies that sell cheaper stuff have no point to exist. Funny how I am a 13-year-old, yet I understand basic principles of the economy. Sure you do, buddy. Sure you do. I bet you copied and pasted that from Wikipedia. As someone who started Shakespeare in 4th grade, what the F is BTD and BDF? I feel freaking illiterate. Someone help. Dude, you're on the phone or a computer. Just type it in Urban Dictionary. I've been a community organizer for 30 plus years and set up my local cop watch program, so I actually teach people how to deal with hostile police. I am well known to police. When I was arrested, the detective in charge came to my cell and introduced himself, said he would be handling my case, and then said, "You won't be making a statement," and checked off a box on his clipboard and left, while I just sat there in complete silence staring at him. The cops won't even try their Jedi mind tricks on you if they know you have an IQ in the triple digits and familiarity with the law and its procedures. The fact that he has 36 likes means he got everyone in his cop watch program to upvote this comment. This world is really evil. Evil can't be scientifically defined. It's an illusionary moral concept that doesn't exist in nature. Its origins and connotations have been inextricably linked to religion and mythology. Okay then. Hey yo, I'm not even 10 and I have 170 IQ and I want to die. No, you don't. Not with that level of grammar skill. Not trying to brag or anything, but I've recently noticed something odd and I need to hear what y'all think about it. So basically I've noticed that I tend to intimidate people I talk to with my intellect. When we are talking about something, I give my opinion or input as usual, but I tend to do it in an extremely formal and detailed way, like I'm writing descriptions for a novel. I do this involuntarily to make sure my idea is being communicated perfectly. This message that you are reading right now is a good example. The problem is that people often dodge my unintentionally detailed replies by abruptly changing the topic or outright end the conversation. I'm terrible at short messages or small talk. If someone asks me, "How are you?" I reply with a detailed paragraph of my day, and they were probably expecting me to say, "Good." Should I condescendingly dumb down my vocabulary so that other people can understand me? No, but you should stop talking altogether. Try living your life from the perspective of those of us in the top 1 to 2% intelligent realm. Too many days are spent pondering on that very topic for why to justify of reasonings. Alright then, calm down, buddy. Do you think that a physics engineer master student with 4 years of advanced mathematics and physics from a quantum level to nanoscale level could care what anyone on this earth thinks about my face? How someone looks is irrelevant. It has no meaning in the field. Didn't ask, my dude. I don't need you to ask me anything. I am defending myself from a view that is wrong and trying to teach you that how someone looks has no meaning. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, okay, bud, you're ugly. Is this a joke or you generally don't see the pattern? You say questions like this, implying that there's a particular question you don't need to help with, yeah? Cause this one, oh my dear, no, I can't even, this person, no, moving on. I've had women chasing me my whole life. I've needed legal protection more than once. The problem is I get treated like eye candy or some kind of freaking novelty, and so people don't realize that I am in the top 7th percentile for intelligence. They expect me to sound like a surfer dude or some other dip crap type person. Sometimes the most interesting women I meet have PhDs and have traveled the world and are at least 10 years older than me. Instead, I have some dumb white girl confessing her love to me even though she hardly knows who I am. Sure, buddy. And I bet you got a 20-pack of abs and are 6'8". I don't know. Dark matter. If Big Bang, we had faster than light expansion of the universe. That puts us in a temporal area that is actually earlier than the Big Bang, and the Big Bang hasn't actually happened yet. If the Big Bang was not the beginning of the universe, but a large event within an extended universe, in a universe which had not been so accelerated and was moving forward in time, this would account for an inequality to single dark matter. We aren't in the same time zone. Also account for the different behavior of dark matter in that it is the temporal orientation of the known universe which permits of such things as the emissions of light. There's just no room for light to be emitted otherwise. Maybe just some harebrained musing, but can't say I've heard of any interpretations of what's going on with dark matter, or as deGrasse Tyson dark gravity, since that's all we really have any data for. Between the oh my god, I don't care. No one cares. You're not that smart. It's a comment on a freaking YouTube video, dude. How does an average person's IQ score affect their work habits? Inverse proportion. If you have a high IQ, you will use that to do the bare minimum work to receive the pay. If you work for yourself, there's an exponential proportion. Lower IQ individuals work hard because they don't know better. It is admirable. I bet you work at Burger King. Astrophysicists could use a little more logic and a little less math. I developed multiverse theory in 1955 at age 12. It took their math this long to catch up with my logic. Sure, buddy. And I bet you got a 13-inch wang also. Jesus, I just lost brain cells reading OP's question. Heh, you can have mine. I have a ton to spare. Not many upvotes to spare, though. Factor in the negative. Yeah, but this low 160 IQ is enough to govern you and your ancestors. Belp, I have ADHD, depressed thinking, I'm hypersensitive, and have mental illnesses. I can't focus on something for more than 0.6 seconds, and my aggressive label is always on the maximum. IQ of 150 is how much I might have because I always worry. Sure, buddy, sure. This is from the same video that says if you're smart, you're sad, right? Only to those with overblown senses of self-entitlement. What? I want. Throw in the ignorance of the countless times the subject has been explained and nuances than a jocular answer. Oh, nope. Use the word jocular. I'm done. Moving on. Wow, my IQ is about 189, so I am pretty happy. Happy is a relative term. You must know sadness to realize a high IQ may or may not influence emotion. LOL, there is no way your IQ is 189. That would place you as roughly the 7th most intelligent person in the world. So stop with the bullcrap. It's the internet. We don't care. 12 is plenty old enough to understand and use proper spelling and grammar. When I was 12, I was reading at a college freshman level according to our online aptitude testing. I read like crazy and had a dictionary with me in reading sessions. 10 or younger would make more sense. Buddy, no one cares that you carried the dictionary with you. It just probably gave you back problems. I probably have a higher IQ than you. The majority of my followers are bots with bare Twitter historics and virtually zero engagement. Just like you. I was laughing nonstop at the video. I was there. I'd be laughing with you. Dark humor is a sign of intelligence. Intolerance is evidence of the opposite. I was a 15-year-old girl from a solidity working-class family in the northern Wales mining village that refused to die. I scored rather well on an IQ test and was offered the opportunity to immediately attend university under a program by the people giving the test. My parents and I talked it over, and I accepted. Sure. Solve if you were a genius. Well, basically, 8 times 7 equals 56, 6 times 5 equals 30, 5 times 4 equals 20, 3 times 4 equals 12. Ha! My IQ is 149, way too much capacity for those posts. And yet you still commented on it. Anyone want me to make a 1-hour version of the clock song? Yes, go for it. Not useful at all. Would be a waste of time. Why the generation should focus on superficial and no essential things. Watch the show, enjoy it, and after make something else. No need to spend a lot of time and energy on it. There's more valuable things to do, like to evolve intellectually, philosophy, poetry, intellectual music, or to evolve in creativity. But yes, I forget that we are in a society where to be cool, fun, is what dominates us. Sad that young people are not able to dive in high things anymore. I regret the Victorian poets. Maybe time to reevaluate your priorities on life and to understand what really is essential. Oh dear God, my brain hurts reading that. Yeah, no, it takes a lot of physics and engineering knowledge as well as the special tools to build something like that properly. One screw up and it would either not work or you would take out a whole city on accident. Besides, weapons grade uranium and plutonium are heavily regulated and your only chance would be to go to the black market. If you had many millions of dollars to spend, refining them yourself would kill you without proper containment as well. Play hard and I am a winner. I don't think I could ever put into words how amazing I am, but I'm gonna try my best, LOL. I love to laugh. My sense of humor is everything. I'm a genius like a female Albert Einstein with an extremely playful side. Fun, fantastic, romantic, sexy, bright-eyed girl. You will love me the minute you meet me. You're full of bullcrap is the word. I hate to admit it, but I have an IQ near 200 IRL. I literally draw a blank trying to imagine failing to understand something. I know you'll trip out, but yeah. You aren't serious, are you? Unfortunately, I'm dead serious, all jokes aside. Wow, that'd make you like the smartest person of all time. Your local genius. Hi, I'm your typical 140 IQ lesbian reptile idiot. I'm from a spud-loving place known as Ireland, and I hate it here. Okay, that was kind of funny, actually. You are a genius. I know that. I've always been extremely blessed in the terms of IQ, points a kilometer from the core of the universe itself. God must look at me as his favorite puppet toy. I am directly connected to the universe, collectively subconscious 24/7. I see past the present and the future as one giant superposition quantum dimension. It's just amazing! Sorry, guys. Had to read through it, otherwise my brain cells would continue to die. The good part about being from the morally superior, richer, more influenced culture is that we don't have to think about what you do. We can watch from afar in safety as the barbarians attempt to climb themselves out of a moral depravity and reach a more enlightened space. Continue doing what you wish. Myself and the rest of the enlightened world will continue to look down on you and your more primitive culture, which again, I positively vile. Argue with me? I freaking dare you. I used to read the dictionary for fun, my guy. You're gonna have to do better than gaslight. Really, you read the dictionary for fun, and all you could come up with was gaslight.